sighted on this side of Pennsylvania Avenue.
He's out of the car. He's facing the crowd behind him. This is right at the elbow of the turn that goes in front. You're in front of the Treasury Department. The red brick building in the background is the old Riggs Bank building, and this will take him the final home stretch down a short section of Pennsylvania Avenue.
Oh yeah, that looked blue before. That's great. Those
piece of pavement in the entire city. That's a built-in guard shack in the background, and this section of
oh
road,
man,
since
that's
it
beautiful.
was closed down, has been lined with cameras and
Oh yeah.
the White House gate, the first of the White House gates, will be coming up on the right side of your picture.
Right, in this section of Pennsylvania Avenue, despite not being able to drive on it, which is unfortunate, has become a great pedestrian mall. That's true for visitors and protesters. People playing street hockey, all kinds of things going on. That's right.
He does too.
No pressure on Al Roker, but anything less than an interview here will be considered a failure.
Oh, thank you very much. I think we can pretty much assume that it's going to be a failure.
When they were getting back in the car before friendship, I got to get back in my car.
Now give a strong point and a thumbs up. I think that's, that will be strong.
It's the best we can hope for at this point.
Well, I can see them. There he is. Chances.
Yeah.
Wow, that's huge.
There you have it, the first interview with the newly re-inaugurated 44th President of the United States. Wow.
Okay?
Wow. That was, I think, an interview. We're checking with the National Board of Review, but I think it met the minimum standards. Question asked, question answered, follow-up.
Hey, hey, if there's anybody who can meet a minimum standard, it's me.
There you go. And Al Roker, ladies and gentlemen, President has endorsed the weather and his own re-inauguration.
There you go. He gave his own forecast earlier. He said it would be warmer. In fact, it was, and he verified.
How would you describe the president's mood during the interview?
Well, I think he was confident. He was confident yet humble. I think it was, all in all, I think one of his best of this young second term.
Take that off your
Al
ears.
Roker, ladies and gentlemen, fresh from his
And watch
exclusive
history
first
being
interview
made. Don't
with the
stupid.
newly re-inaugurated President Obama. Wow. As service members now fill in to make sure that doesn't happen.
Boom.
Look
what happened.
Reviewing Secret
Close the
Service
door.
protocol right now.
And we'll see in a couple of years, Chuck Todd and Andrea Mitchell are now coming into the heart of the order. This is the friends and family seating area, as both Chuck and Andrea mentioned earlier. if you got tickets along this stretch, you were bust here from the Capitol. You might even have a portable heater, hand warmers, or a blanket. Chuck, Andrew?
You're making them walk?
They're walking on their own. It's the second time they got out.
Oh, okay.
Right below us on this reviewing stand, you can see they're now walking and waving, and the crowd is going crazy, Brian. First they went crazy because of Al Roker's exclusive interview, but now they're really going crazy because they see the president.
To do a follow-up? Hey, Mr. President, Al Roker still needs you.
And these folks have been so excited, and now they see the President and First Lady walking right along Pennsylvania Avenue. I mean, they're only about 15, 20 yards from the reviewing stand, so it's really pretty exciting. We earlier saw Craig Robinson, Mrs. Robinson, the rest of the family coming out of the VIP buses, Jim Messina coming out, and other top staff people. And so the Obamas will go back into the White House, freshen up, and be in that reviewing stand. It's really pretty exciting.
And talk about weather. I keep harping on this, but what a huge factor, because imagine the alternative. Imagine precipitation, cold that's any more biting than today. They're having such a palpably good time, in part because it's halfway to comfortable outside for a January afternoon in Washington. Tamron Hall, this is where the motorcade comes to an end.
Hey, Brian, as you can hear the swell of the screens here, it's so interesting to see the First Lady and the President enjoying themselves. I'm not sure if you caught a glimpse, but there was a moment, there was a little bit of bounce in the First Lady's step. And at one point, I believe it was a Secret Service person who walked over to her, and she appeared to say, no, I'm okay. But there literally was a bounce in her step just as they passed the review stand. And when you think about it, Dwight Eisenhower had a 4.5-hour parade. We've scaled back only 15,000 participants, but on a day like today, these people could stay out here for 6 or 7 hours and beat Eisenhower's record of 4.5-hour inaugural parade based on the enthusiasm and the perfect weather. So 15,000 participants, 8 floats, but there are 2 people, as you know, Brian, right now, who matter most, and one of them has a huge smile, and the other has a bounce in her step, and I just have to tell you who I'm referring to. So it is incredible. This parade has gone rather smoothly, quickly, and based again on the weather, people could stay out here several more hours and put an end to the record held by the wonderful Dwight Eisenhower at the time, Brian.
That's right. Tamron, thank you. And maybe their mood may have heightened because they know they're close to home and they can go in a warm place, freshen up, and then come back out and take their position. We'd love to know who these individuals are that they're both pointing to, waving at, and making a big fuss over. We sometimes lack the direct camera angle to see who it is.
I saw the president say something along the lines of my great-grandfather's family. There's somebody there. So you've got friends, supporters, and family members even mixed in at this point.
Look at the, hey Chuck, how many, what'd you estimate? You're up about 4 or 5 stories at the top of this thing?
Not quite. I would say maybe 3 stories. I wouldn't hurt myself jumping off, and, not quite that high. And he'll only be looking at it about one story up, if that, where he'll be sitting, where you see the family gathered there now.
Joe Biden got out.
You don't say, oh, there's Joe Biden. We hadn't seen him walking around.
There's the Vice President, dismounted on foot, walking down Pennsylvania Avenue. In case you're just joining us, Al Roker has successfully interviewed the newly re-inaugurated president. It was brief. It was
Mrs.
meaningful.
Biden got out.
It was mostly in sign language, but it happened. Al Roker, let's double down. See what you can do with the Vice President.
I'm going to give it a try. Let's see. Here we go. He and Mrs. Biden. I hear you laughing, but if I get it,
Oh no. This is serious business, pal.
yeah, I know. because I love Joe Biden. I'm hoping he's going to come over.
We don't have a drum roll.
Yeah, we're hoping Joe Biden loves you, Al.
Oh, well. Okay.
All right, here we go. Cover your ears at home.
All right,
Cover your
here we
lock
go.
pistols.
Mr. Vice President! Mr. Vice President! Mr. Vice President! Mr. Vice President! Hey, how you doing? Come on, come on! They won't let you. Are you done?
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He got him.
Yes!
Today's show meteorologist and chief White House correspondent, Al Roker. Take tomorrow off.
Fair enough. Hey, there's a lot of history Al Roker's making at the White House, man.
He told him they wouldn't let him, and he ran over there anyway.
That's very true. And thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate it. I got to tell you, Willard Scott was the guy who set the bar when Barbara Bush came over and kissed him during their inaugural parade. So we all weather people owe their chances to do this to Willard Scott. But I got to tell you, that's a thrill. A kid from Queens getting acknowledged by the president and the vice president. And so my parents would be very proud. But I think they're looking down and they're very happy.
Well, thank you, Al Roker. That was thrilling for us to watch. I imagine it must have been something at ground level. Al Roker,
It was pretty cool.
with actual physical contact, the vice president breaking all kinds of rules to come over and see him.
You don't think the vice president's thinking at all about his future, do you?
Vice president saying to himself, for a kid from Delaware to have just met Al Roker, I'm doing pretty well.
Now just steps away. It's pretty good. It's a good life.
Wow. And now,
Well, guys, I got to tell you, it was. I didn't think he'd come over, to be perfectly honest. But, what the heck?
my money's on your lungs any day.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, if he's thinking of 2016, that was not a great move. But I'm glad he did anyway.
Wow. Secret Service must have gone through paroxysms of fear. So, Al, you got nobody. You got any cabinet officials you want to try to gather up, or is that
I'm
it?
trying to get, maybe the Treasury Secretary to come by, maybe do a little loop-de-loop for me, something like that. That'd be nice. That would be nice.
Wow, this sets the bar impossibly high for when we're back at this 4 years from now. Vice
He's not supposed to
President's
do
now
that.
going over, though.
That might be his
No
thing.
one has a
Might be.
microphone. He's going over and high-fiving some of the people in the crowd. Of course, now they really are home free. This is fully protected home turf, not really considered being out in public because they're part of the, they're on the 18-acre complex now.
That was fantastic. I couldn't
Bottom of
maybe
your
I would be
screen.
more if I tried.
Part of the Twitter prairie fire that Al's attempt at
You're my hero.
street level
He got
journalism
the
has
thumbs up
caused.
and wave and keep me laughing.
Wow.
I want to give the president's attention.
Al's accepting the. Are you getting the accolades of your professional colleagues?
Well, Peter Alexander is over here. Peter, come on over here. Peter Alexander was actually standing by and was actually documenting this for me. Were you surprised that the vice president came over?
I was shocked, actually, that he came over. We took a picture. I don't know if you can see this. There is Joe Biden's expression as he greets Al Roker.
Wow, look at that.
And they won't let me in first. That was some good.
Living my life right now.
Wow, this has been a great day.
I got to tell you, it was historic for everybody. Yeah, we were coming here to watch you as much fun as watching them.
A thousand times better.
He's always good time. And, the weather has turned out perfectly. Maybe that's why they're in such a good mood. Because the weather's been pretty spectacular. So, there you have it, Bride. Just another day for yours truly.
Those just joining us, we are indeed covering ourselves. What you see is what is happening. How Roker has just made contact with the president and vice president, and I think